Hi there, you're welcome to another interesting edition of our weekend magazine program, Sunday Special, where we celebrate people, events, and culture. We do apologize for starting behind schedule. Oh, yes, it is the last month of the year, glorious year 2024, and we are thankful to God Almighty for His unending blessings as we gear up for the Yuletide season and, of course, the end of the year. Well, this week's edition of the program promises to be an exciting one as we are set to bring you very beautiful stories for your viewing pleasure. But first, let's have the news segment. I am Essie Owomaka. You're welcome on board. We begin with where President Bola Tinubu is to leave France on Monday for Cape Town, South Africa, to co-chair the 11th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission BNC alongside President Cyril Ramaphosa. The presidential BNC scheduled for Tuesday, December 3rd will be preceded by a ministerial meeting on December 2nd, 2024 at the South African Parliament building in Cape Town. President Tinubu and President Ramaphosa will engage in substantive talks on a wide range of issues of mutual interest, including bilateral, regional, and international matters, building on the commitments from their June 20th, 2024 meeting in Johannesburg. Shortly after President Ramaphosa's inauguration for his second term in office, the two leaders will review the progress of the BNC held in Abuja from November 29th to December 1st, 2021. The 11th session of the BNC will feature deliberations across 8 working groups, each focusing on a specific area of mutual interest. This includes political consultations, consular and migration, banking and finance, defense and security, manufacturing, social sector, mines and energy, and trade and investments. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, indicates that at the high-level meeting, officials of both countries will sign several memoranda of understanding and agreements. The Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission was established in 1991 to further strengthen the ties of friendship and cooperation between the two nations. The BNC provides a platform for sustaining high-level dialogue and promoting cooperation in critical areas such as diplomacy, economy, trade, security, and other areas of mutual interest. President Tinubu is set to return to the country after the BNC meeting. Nigeria and France have signed a memorandum of understanding to develop joint projects to promote and diversify the critical minerals value chain in the solid minerals sector of both countries. In the memorandum of understanding signed by both countries on the sidelines of the official visit to France by President Bola Tinubu, both countries agreed to collaborate on research, training, and Franco-Nigerian students' exchanges for knowledge and skills transfer. A key component of the MOU is the promotion of sustainable mining activities by executing projects and programs that reduce the environmental impact of mining on carbon emissions, water consumption, and climate change. It also includes the establishment of joint extractive and processing projects through co-financing by public and private entities to diversify and secure the supply of critical minerals and decarbonize energy projects critical to the value chain. Dele Alake signed for Nigeria, while the Interministerial Delegate for Critical Ores and Metals of the Republic of France, Benjamin Galizot, signed on behalf of France. The MOU is expected to open new opportunities for the remediation of over 2,000 abandoned pits in the country through its plan to intervene in environmental rehabilitation and post-mining projects. Away from international matters now, back home, the Lagos State government is committed to ensuring financial literacy, women's inclusion and empowerment in rural communities. Special Advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, Dr. Oreoluwa Fini Awokoya, reiterated this during a program on promoting human capital development through advocacy for women's financial inclusion held at Araromiale community in the Badagry area of Lagos. Details of this report shall be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, is set to commence a 2-week warning strike from December 2nd, 2024 in protest over what the union describes as unmet long-standing demands. The decision follows a National Executive Council meeting held in Abuja, where leadership of the union frowns at negligence in addressing issues crucial to the welfare of polytechnic lecturers and institutions.
No release of the Needs Assessment Intervention Funds for 2023. Appointment of a rector for Federal Polytechnic One has not been addressed despite our union's demand. Also, the appointment of rectors in the following institutions: Federal Polytechnic Damaturu, Federal Polytechnic Nasarawa, and Federal Polytechnic Oil and Gas Boni, have not been released, even though the process has since been concluded. The union was invited to meet with the Federal Ministry of Education and other critical stakeholders in the sector on the 23rd of October 2024, where an action plan was developed to address the issues in contention within specific timelines. Unfortunately, as of today, we can only attest to the resolution of item number 4, which is the intrusion of the National Board for Technical Education in the regular functions of Academic Board with regards to the admission of higher national diploma students. And item 2, non-review of the contentious and suspended document titled Schemes of Service for Polytechnics.
President of ASUP, Banja Sharma, says that the union's demands span several administrations. After 35 years in Brazil, a businessman based in the South American country has returned to Nigeria with 700 grams of cocaine buried in his stomach. This is among other illicit drug busts in some parts of the country during the week. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim tells us more.
The 59-year-old businessman was arrested on Friday, 29th November 2024 at the E-Arrival Hall of the Lagos Airport upon his return from Sao Paulo, Brazil. After a plenary investigation which confirmed foreign substance in his stomach, the suspect was placed under excretion observation, during which he expelled 29 wraps of substances that tested positive to cocaine, weighing 700 grams. The suspect claimed he operates an African store in Brazil where he sells provisions, shoes, and clothes. In Kano, NDLEA operative on Thursday, 28 November, arrested 3 suspects with 2,000 ampoules on pentazocine injection and 135,000 pills of Exol 5 at Gadar Tamburawa Zaria Road. Similarly, no fewer than 2,120 kilograms of Ghanaian loud, a strong strain of cannabis produced in Ghana, were intercepted by NDLEA operatives in Lagos on Thursday, 28 November. With the same vigor, command and formation of the agency across the country continue their war against drug abuse, among other sensitization activities in public places. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
It's now time to go on a short break, and Sunday Special will continue after this time out. To join us again.
It's Maltonic time. Maltonic tonic. It's nourishes to the last drop. Cherry frenzy. Good for me and you.
Maltonic is enriched with vitamins and minerals for that rush of vitality you need to reach greatness.
It's Maltonic time.
This world is not my home, I'm just...
Celebration of life. With gratitude to God Almighty for a life well spent and in total submission to the will of God, we announce the passing on to glory of Mrs. Folashade Ajokeade Marquis Lufadeju ni Odushoga, aged 71. Burial arrangement. Monday, 2nd December 2004, wake-up at the All Souls Anglican Church, 15 Karide Animashaun Street, Lekki Phase 1. Time, 4 p.m. Tuesday, 3rd December 2024, burial service at All Souls Anglican Church, 15 Karide Animashaun Street, Lekki Phase 1. Time, 11 a.m. Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon her. She is survived by her daughter, husband, brothers, and sister. Announcer, Opoluwa Marquis Alawode, for the family.
Chief, what are you doing? I am trying to recharge this my prepaid. It's giving me problem. For some time now, I don't have light. Chief, why are you still suffering yourself? Why not try solar? That one, the one they put for me last time, give me so many problems. It did not work and they just wasted my money. Chief, go for Vifos and Zantres American Tubular Battery. Original, with sun approval. They also have Super Zantres inverters, Zantres solar battery, Zantres panel, MPPT controllers, Tobar, solar fridge, solar street light, marketed by Easy Blessed Nigeria Limited. Visit them at F10 and 11 Easy Blessed Plaza by Alaba Rago Junction in Alaba International Market, Lagos. Vifos and Zantres America available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Ring them on 0803-6830-557 or 0803-9644-115. Vifos and Zantres America. Solar, power solar.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Sunday Special, our weekend magazine program where we celebrate people, events, and culture. Moving on, we're talking about health matters now. Frequent public education and awareness campaigns have been identified as vital tools in reducing threats posed by diabetes. Diana Jale in this report takes a look at causes, symptoms, and preventive measures.
You get thirsty, there's frequent urination, there's tiredness. These are the early signs that you start noticing.
Recent statistics by the International Diabetes Federation, IDF, shows that Nigeria has the highest number of people living with diabetes in sub-Saharan Africa, with an estimated 3.9 million adults, accounting for a fifth of all diabetic cases. Report also have it that 1 in 3 sufferers experience distress. However, experts said no cause for alarm, as early detection and proper management can help reduce progressive risk and deaths associated with diabetes. I also asked some of my respondents if they are aware of their diabetes status and how regular do they check their blood sugar level.
I check my sugar level all the time because my sister is a diabetes patient. They were even going to cut her legs, but with prayers and medical, we're able to stabilize her, and thank God they didn't cut her leg anymore, and she's okay, but we are managing her.
I take it as a point of duty that on quarterly basis, I go to the hospital to check it.
Lifestyle changes.
Speaking on the importance of well-being in managing and preventing diabetes, expert gave some tips and guidelines that can help those living with the condition maintain quality and healthy lifestyle.
We should try and indulge in activities like exercises. Then the diet is very important. What you eat. It's best you be on vegetables, fruits, avoid red meat.
Established by the International Diabetes Federation, IDF, and World Health Organization, WHO, World Diabetes Day was inaugurated to raise awareness and collectively address the growing concerns. This year's theme, Empowering Global Health, stresses the importance of communities working together to combat the menace of diabetes.
All right, a very insightful one right there. Diabetes is not a death sentence. If you are already diabetic, you can live well by living right and taking your medications regularly. In our next story, Harmattan is known to be associated with various ailments like cold, catarrh, cough, and sore throat. The dusty nature of the atmosphere increases the risk of conditions like asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, among others. This is why medical experts are advocating adherence to safety tips throughout the season. Hingino John Adams tells us more.
Harmattan is creeping in as usual with haze, cool and dry wind that blows gently from the Sahara Desert into the Gulf of Guinea. Though the breeze may seem calm, the harshness enveloped in it are enormous. From increased risk of respiratory problems, reduced visibility due to dust particles, dry skin, chapped lips, irritated eyes and throat, the health risks associated with the season are endless. That is why the public need to protect themselves so as to remain healthy. How do people protect themselves during Harmattan?
When you are going out, you just try and put on your pullover or your cardigan and stay safe out there.
It makes me feverish sometimes, especially in the afternoon.
Medical experts say adhering to immunity-boosting tips like eating healthy and staying hydrated will help people to stay safe and enjoy the season.
Make sure you wear mask when going out and make sure you avoid dusty environments. And if there's any issue with your health, make sure you get to your healthcare provider. They'll be able to help you.
The elderly people must prepare themselves for the cold. People asthmatic must prepare themselves to be aware of the very fine dust that is in the air that can affect their breathing because the air becomes dense.
For health challenges associated with Harmattan to be reduced to the barest minimum, medical experts are calling on all stakeholders to intensify awareness campaigns.
Okay, let's adhere to the safety tips being told by the reporter right there to cope with the Harmattan season. Living a life of holiness and having it in mind that death is inevitable was a vocal point of the sermon at the funeral service of late Caroline Iyabo Agboyin held at First Baptist Church, Okerube. Ometere Chiedu, who was there for Sunday Special, tells us more.
Burial service of late Caroline Iyabo Agboyin climaxed with a funeral service at First Baptist Church, Okerugbe, where the officiating minister admonished all present to live a life of holiness as death is inevitable.
So I challenge everyone hearing me. We should always remember there's a day called a day of death, and that should let us do right thing all time in part life, and that will help us to reign with Christ at last.
Powerful woman, she has God fearing and very humble to the core.
Thereafter, her remain was committed to Mother Earth as tears flowed freely, as many described Madame Agboyin as a lover of Jesus and humanity. For her husband and children, their mother's legacy will forever remain indelible as she lived a life of service, imparting all.
She's a chairman giver. There's nothing she cannot give to anybody, no matter, even if she's not having anything to eat, she's ready to give what she's having out to that person.
My mom, and I can say that till the point of death, I enjoyed God's grace, God's mercy, motherlyhood grace from her. She has been a mother. She has fought a lot of battles, both for me, my siblings, the husband himself, and even the relatives.
Yeah, caring mother. He loves all the children, and he makes sure that all the children, they are well educated and they have future ambition.
I hold her in high esteem. There's nothing I could compare her to. She's everything. She's virtuous. She's a good husband, good parenting, disciplinarian.
she instilled good virtues into us and ensure we excel in life. That's one of her motives, and she really made it, for all I could say.
Friends, family members also eulogized late Caroline Agboyin as a pace-setter and a woman of peace.
My sister is that kind of person, a meek person, is an honest person, ready to serve humanity.
We do so many things in common. In fact, I will miss her a lot. Her death has created a big vacuum.
Guests were later treated to refreshment as the life and times of late Caroline Agboyin was reflected upon. Late Caroline Iyabo Agboyin died at the age of 72. She survived by her husband, children. Her husband retired as a deputy director, Nigerian Television Authority.
Okay, may the gentle soul of late Madam Iyabo Agboyin rest in perfect peace. This is where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of the program, Sunday Special. Let's do this again, same time next week. Until then, do have a great week ahead and stay safe. I am Essie Owamaka. Thank you for your time.